What's up, guys? Welcome to the Jiu Jitsu Journal by Quotes and Chokes Instructionals. I'm Nick Angeloni. Here with me is Angelo Rivera, and we're going to look at 4 ways to escape the side control. Alright, so we're here in side control position. The first thing I want to do when I get my guard passed is build frames. Okay, so I want to have my forearm in his throat here, and my hand is gripping his shoulder. And I don't really want to push with this because he'll kind of, if I put too much pressure, he'll pass it through just like that, yeah. I just want to have a frame, like the name implies, okay? It's just here and it's blocking his pressure. My other arm is going to frame on his hip, or preferably it's going to frame in the crook of his arm. I'm grabbing his tricep here, so if he pulls back, I can hold it. If he pushes forward, my forearm is in the way, so I have full control here. Okay, so once I build my frame, the escape here is going to be pretty easy. All I'm going to do is shrimp out to create some space, and then my bottom knee is going to connect to my elbow. Okay, this elbow to knee connection is pretty much the most important thing you can do when you are trying to re-guard. If I can create a wall with my shin and my forearm, he's never going to be able to establish full side control. He has to split this. Okay, so once I get in here, getting to the guard is going to be basically a preference on what type of guard you want. You can pull your foot all the way through, you can put butterfly hooks in, but once you're here, you're pretty much back to your guard at this point. Okay, so look, ideally, I get side controlled, I want frames, right? But it doesn't always necessarily work out like this. This person passing the guard is obviously thinking ahead, and they're aware that you're looking for frames, because this is pretty much the basic concept of side control escapes that everyone learns. So let's say, in an imperfect world, we get our guard passed, we don't get this frame here. Okay, so he's got my arm beat. So look, what I can do now is I can use this arm to still create some space without the frame. I can use my bicep. I'm gonna oompa into him, and then my bicep is gonna push his head this way, and also I can put pressure down. If his head and his hips are on the same side of me, there's always gonna be space. He's not across my body. If he's over here, he's basically just sitting next to me. So they create space to bring my bottom knee in to re-guard. Okay, so that's gonna look like I'm gonna oompa this way and reach, basically I'm gonna reach towards his foot over here. And I'm gonna reach and then put pressure down. Okay, and then with that, this far arm is still on his hip. I can bring my I can shrimp out, bring my bottom knee in, connect it to my elbow to create this wall. And then again, from here I can choose which type of guard I want to go to. So it's gonna look like this, and then we're back. So look, in the third scenario here, I was unable to get my frames, and he's blocking my hip. Okay, so now if I try to bump, no matter how much space I create, he still just keeps this forearm in the way of my thigh and stopping me from re-guarding here. Right, so I have to deal with this arm. Right, so what I'm going to do is take what used to be my frame here and reach under his body to this side. Now look, I can grab this wrist and feed my foot in through here. If you're not very flexible, look, my hand here is free, so take your toes and feed it through like that. Okay, then look, I'm gonna pull this wrist towards me. My shin is gonna push out, and I created all this space. Now I can definitely get my frame if I want to. Just gives me something to push off of to shrimp, and then my foot comes in to get my guard. So I lost my frames. I reach under, grab the wrist. I can grab my own toes and feed it through. Pull his wrist towards me and kick my shin away to create space. Frame, guard. Okay, so in this fourth scenario, I'm pretty much in the worst case scenario. He's got my head control, he's got an underhook, and he's got head position inside my armpit. So he's gonna be looking to set up head and arm chokes and different submissions on this arm or chokes. Okay, so I still have an option here. What I can do is use this hand, because he's committed to my head, he's left this hand for me to create a little bit of space. Look, I can reach this through. What I want to avoid is this, okay? I don't want my shoulder getting across my neck. So I'm gonna just put some downward pressure with my elbow to create a little bit of space. This hand on the hip is also gonna create a little space, and look, I I want to do this at the opportune moment. As soon as I go for it, I need to go for it. Because if I reach over and grab his neck here and just sit here, he can lock his hands back together and choke me here, okay, with the bunk flu. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna create the space, and when I'm ready to go, I'm gonna start to reach, and I'm not gonna stay in this position, okay? My feet are both gonna flare out to the side as I reach over his neck and push his head down this way. Okay, once his head is down to the mat, I can come up, I'm controlling this arm, and I can get to my front headlock position, or I can go straight to this guillotine if I want. A lot of times, you'll end up with something like this. What you'll end up with is, as I come over the top, this guy sees this coming, he puts his arm over the top of my head as well. And you end up looking like this, which is pretty, I mean, it's 50-50, so which is better than better than being submitted in side control. So we're here, he's got head control, but basically I'm just gonna look to fight this, come out the top. Worst case scenario, we're in a little bit of a battle here, but we've improved our position from being stuck in side control. All right, so one more time. He's got my head, got my arm trapped. I'm gonna create some space on the hip. I'm gonna create some space on the head with my elbow. Push down, escape my feet out. Look for the chin and shove this down. Okay, get the chin, come up to front headlock here. Set up your submissions, whatever you like from there. Alright guys, thanks for watching. This has been 4 escapes from side control. If you like this video, let us know in the comments below, and let us know what kind of moves you'd like us to show you going forward in the future. And subscribe to the channel for a lot more Jiu Jitsu content coming very soon. Thank you guys.